Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all the girls. Yeah, all the best to you girls.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all the girls. Yeah, all the best to you girls. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Ma'am, we have checked the YouTube, ma'am, YouTube live streaming, and
Yes.
it is good, ma'am.
Okay, the audio
It is
and
working.
clear? Fine. Okay.
Ma'am, we have checked.
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Salam.
Here.
Event college ka event is na college chalitu they will conduct during the college hours.
Ma'am, can we start the program, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you.
But I could see only 46 people are here.
Yeah, ma'am, just a minute.
No, so all the Majlis members are here.
Yes, ma'am, Majlis members and the department secretaries and the HODs.
Okay, all HODs are also there, is it? It's
Yeah,
really okay. Please go ahead. Let's start.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to everyone virtually present here today. If your actions create a legacy that inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are an excellent leader. Investiture means a formal investing of a person with authority, power, right, office, and dignity. It is rightly said that leaders are not born, they are made. It is an honor and a privilege to address everyone gathered here for the investiture ceremony of the Student Majlis 2020 to 21 afternoon session JBAS College for Women. The investiture ceremony is a tradition that is eagerly awaited every year by the faculty and students of this remarkable institute. I would like to start off our day by calling upon Miss Aisha Jumana from the Department of BBA to recite a verse from the Holy Quran.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. سورة الفاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Translation. In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. Master of the day of judgment, you alone we worship and you alone we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed favor, not of those who have earned your anger, and not of those who have gone astray. Ameen. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Ms. Aisha. I now call upon Ms. Navita Kausar, the President of the afternoon session, to welcome the gathering.
Assalamu alaikum. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. I end quote. It is with tremendous pleasure I welcome you all to the auspicious occasion of the investiture ceremony of the Student Majlis 2020 to 2021. I extend a warm welcome to our Madam Principal, Dr. Shahnaz Ahmed, Vice Principal, Dr. Firdaus Jahan, Heads of the Department, the Student Majlis Coordinators, the teaching fraternity, my colleagues, the Student Majlis Secretaries, Department Secretaries, and my dear students. I'm extremely honored to welcome the chief guest of today's event, Ms. Shakila Muhammad Yasin. Mrs. Shakila has done her bachelor's in BSc Computer Science, master's in Business Administration, Educational Management, post-graduation certification in Education, National Professional Qualification for Headship. She is a product of Fatima Bashir Matriculation High Secondary School for Girls and Justice Bashir Ahmed Syed College for Women. She is graduated from the Computer Science Department at JBAS in 1977 and moved to UAE after her marriage. She found her calling for teaching young children and hence joined the school system in UAE. She completed her master's in Education Management to enhance leadership skill and also post-graduation certification from the prestigious University of Sunderland, United Kingdom. In her 13 years connection with the educational organization, she has progressed from being a class teacher to an assistant principal of an international American school. Her streak to progress has not yet ended. She is in the progress of completing another certification for headship from United Kingdom. Ms. Shakila Yasin has devoted her life to the betterment of the international student community. She has contributed to the curriculum development for international schools. She has presented in various international academic conferences. She has been hosted international webinars for educational development and compiled teacher development programs for international schools. Ms. Shakila has also headed the inclusion department in international schools and had provision for bright and talented students. She has compiled a professional skill development and is working with the school community in UAE to build a profile of smart and gifted students. She is also working with school communities in UAE to ensure social emotional learning in times of the COVID-19. It's indeed a great pleasure to welcome a renowned person as a chief guest this morning. Thank you, ma'am, for clearing your busy schedule to be with us here this morning. The investiture ceremony signifies the reliance and confidence that the college consigns in newly vested office bearers. Students of today are the visionaries and torchbearers of tomorrow. When we develop personality, skill, and mind, we develop responsible human beings with leadership qualities. When the investiture ceremony takes place in the college, the vested candidates feel a sense of pride in them. It is considered to be an event of great joy that radiates happiness all around. We, the Student Majlis members of 2020 to 2021, are especially proud and happy to be the first ever elected members of the afternoon session, JBA's College for Women. I extend a hearty welcome to the students virtually present here who have chosen us to represent, lead and serve them. I once again take this opportunity to welcome our esteemed chief guest, Ms. Shakila Muhammad Yasin. You being here is a source of great inspiration for all of us here. We are indeed glad you have made our day a memorable one. On behalf of one and all present here, Let me once again extend a warm welcome to Madam Principal, Dr. Shahnaz Ahmed, to our Vice Principal, Dr. Firdoz Jahan, heads of the department, teachers, and students. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Navita. I now request our esteemed chief guest, Mrs. Shakila Mohammed Yasin, to say a few words on this momentous occasion.
No, but kindly unmute your audio, please.
Ma'am, you're muted.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
This is kind of a thing that happens in digital world, is it? So thank you, Navita, and thank you, Afra, for introducing me so beautifully. I would like to start off by thanking the management team, Dr. Shahnaz Ahmed, and the young leaders for honoring me with this invitation. It is extremely overwhelming for me, being a former student, to be invited to lead or to be a part of this prestigious gathering of young leaders and to promote women as leaders and uplift the society. JBAS Institute has created many strong and confident leaders who are leading in various fields around the world, some of whom I know very closely. I'm extremely proud to be a part of JBS Institute. It has instilled in me a love for learning. As a famous artist, Michelangelo said, "I am still learning." This quote quite reflects my journey and my belief that successful leaders are the ones who are learners for life. And JBS has successfully created amazing opportunities for young girls to gain valuable experiences. It creates a lot of opportunities, a lot of activities which help them become better leaders. To our young leaders today, I stand in front of you as an example of how strong women can change any situation, no matter how adverse, into their strengths. I'd like to say something about my own life, which will relate to many of you who are in the school or have seen their parents. I was married early in 20s, and I was confined to my home for 8 years. I couldn't do anything. But 8 years later, I picked up myself. I pushed for more. I entered the education field with no knowledge background, absolutely. I was a BSc graduate at that moment. But the skills that were embedded in me through my school and my college educators made me a fighter, a passionate person who left no stone unturned while I challenged myself, challenged all the norms, all the people around me, and rose above and beyond. Today, after 12 years of working on myself, I can proudly say that I've grown into a leader who is not only consciously but continuously building herself and working towards building her community. Well, I want to tell you, young leaders, do not follow the norms. You must have heard of Jacinda Ardern, who is quite the most admirable woman leader of this century. She said that you can carve your own path, be your own kind of leader. We do need to create a new generation of leadership. So challenge yourself all the time. This is your opportunity. When you're in college, your college has given you a beautiful opportunity to build all the skill that will help you become a great leader someday in real life, inshallah. So work towards becoming leaders who are compassionate, yet visionaries. Leaders who change and challenge themselves and are problem solvers. Leaders who lift themselves by lifting their team members. Learning should never stop. Learning is evolving. Keep evolving, become finer human beings. We must keep learning from every environment, every situation, every person, every thought, and every idea. One advice from me would be, do not ever be afraid to make mistakes, because mistakes help us and guide us to perfection. They challenge us and make us better leaders and better people. And embrace failures if it comes to you, because failure is a part of growing. Treat it as your friend. It comes your way to test your integrity, your resilience, your passion. So embrace it and stand taller. Last, not the least, if you want to be an elite leader in today's society, it's not about how tough you are, how smart you are, or how good you are. It's all about how you look after the people beside you and how you treat them. The world is too complicated and ever changing. You will need the people around you to guide you as much as you will be there to support them. So treat them well and create an open leadership for all to grow and flourish. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for encouraging and inspiring us all with your heartwarming words. I now request our respected Madam Principal, Dr. Shahnaz Ahmed, to introduce the President of the afternoon session 2020 to 21 and to grace this occasion with a few words.
In the name of the Almighty, the most beneficent, the most merciful. I greet you all in Islamic way. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuhu. Meaning, may peace and blessings of the Almighty may shower upon all, and pray to the Almighty to shower His blessings on the entire world and save all of us from this COVID-19 pandemic. Ameen. Dear staff and students, the greatest lesson that COVID-19 can teach humanity is that we are all in this together. Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now it's the time to understand more so that we may fear less and can do better. I am glad to see that the management, staff and students has understood and nothing has stopped in our institution, either teaching, learning, evaluation or extracurricular activities, including the investiture ceremony of the vibrant Majlis, student Majlis, whose members were elected by the students. And I am very happy to have an alumna as the chief guest for this ceremony. Thank you, Shekila, for being with us, and you gave a very wonderful advice to the students. And today, I am truly delighted to introduce to you the Majlis President for the year 2020-2021 is Ms. Navita Kausar from the Department of Corporate Secretaryship. Dear students, in these times of adversity, you must understand the importance of good relationship and the fact that all bonds need to be nurtured with care and love. Every connection is priceless, and hence it becomes essential that you stay in touch with all your peers. You may not be able to make the connections with your friends and teachers like before, but I hope that you will take more effort to appreciate and be in touch with them. I hope that the situation may not be the same forever. Definitely the pandemic will come to an end, and so that you will all meet together in the institution and we will all have fun. With this, I invite your Majlis President Navita Kausar to introduce the other Majlis members, and I also wish all good luck, good wishes for adventurous and fruitful academic year 2021. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for your motivating and inspiring message. We would now like to share a video introducing the student Majlis of the college.
The Justice Bashir Ahmed Syed College for Women is an institute renowned for enriching and motivating the student body to reach great heights in all aspects of life. In order to touch the heart and to better know and understand the student body's wishes and opinions, the JBS College has an effective set of student leaders that represent the collective student community. These student representatives are called the Student Majlis. Majlis is an Urdu word meaning the council. It is an association which organizes collegiate and intercollegiate events. It encourages the students to participate in cultural and literary events. It benefits the students by developing their intellectual and physical capacity by conducting several functions during the academic year in consultation with and under the guidance of the principal. The aim of the Student Majlis is to promote student activities and develop a sense of loyalty, self-expression, responsibility, and self-discipline in students. 2020 has been an historic year, full of changes and hallmark events. It has been no less of an iconic year for all of us here at JBS College for Women. A new beginning was seen in February of 2020 when for the very first time the elections were held for the student Majlis members of the afternoon session. The registered candidates were interviewed and the contesting members pitched themselves to the students. On February 24, 2020, the students chose their student Majlis members by casting their oaths. Amidst tremendous fervor and excitement, the members of the student Majlis 2020 to 2021 were announced by a Madam Principal in the college auditorium in front of the student community of the JBS College.
Now, it's time for the induction of the Majlis secretaries.
The main student Majlis has 7 newly elected office bearers: the president, the vice president, the treasurer, the cultural secretary, the literary and debate secretary, the general secretary, and the joint secretary. The role of the president is to oversee the planning, scheduling, and conducting of various events and functions of the college under the capable guidance of the student Majlis coordinators. She is also vital for presiding over the student Majlis meetings and for coordinating with everyone involved to ensure a smooth functioning of all college activities. The president of the afternoon session for the year 2021 is Navita Kausar from the Department of BCom Corporate Secretaryship. The role of the Vice President is to note down the minutes of the meeting, which will be included in the annual report of the college. She will keep a record and document all the meetings conducted by the Student Majlis. She will also preside over the Student Majlis meetings in case of the President's absence. The Vice President of the afternoon session for the year 2021 is Fahima Mohammad Umar from the Department of Bachelor of Business Administration. The role of the Treasurer is to judicially manage and expend the financial budgets of the Student Majlis. She is also responsible for ensuring all the revenues and payments of all the financial obligation. She is entrusted with safeguarding the college club accounts. The treasurer of the afternoon session for the year 2021 is Shifa Banu Dhanya from the Department of BSc Interior Design and Decor. The role of the cultural secretary is to plan and organize the various cultural events and activities of the college. She is entrusted with showcasing the diverse cultural talents and capabilities of the student community through the cultural events of the college. She also oversees and boosts the participants of the student community. The cultural secretary of the afternoon session for the year 2021 is Madhumita from the Department of BCom, Accounting and Finance. The role of the literary and debate secretary is to coordinate with all the language clubs to host the various literary events, workshop and debate competitions. She is the backbone for all the events conducted by the Student Majlis as she supplies entertaining scripts for all the Student Majlis events. The literary and debate secretary of the afternoon session for the year 2021 is Asia Mariam from the Department of BA English Literature. The role of the General Secretary is to facilitate the execution of the Student Majlis activities. She arranges meetings note down the reports of all the college activity for the annual report and ensures the smooth functioning of the student Majlis. She will preside over the student Majlis meetings in case of the absence of both the president and the vice president. The General Secretary of the afternoon session for the year 2021 is Aisha Faiza Rahman from the Department of Bachelor of Business Administration. The role of the Joint Secretary is to coordinate with and assist all the external Majlis secretaries and the Department Secretary. She also engages in increasing the student community's awareness on the various opportunities available for them in the college. The Joint Secretary of the afternoon session for the year 2021 is Afza from the Department of BCom General. The external student Majlis members for the year 2021 are Sports Secretary S. Niveda from the Department of BCom Corporate Secretaryship, B. Joyce Esther from the Department of BCom General, NCC Secretary S. Vedapriya from the Department of BSc Microbiology, K. Manju Varshini from the Department of BA Travel and Tourism Management, NSS Secretary Emira Shahin from the Department of BSc Interior Design and Decor, Library Secretary Fatima Afrin from the Department of BCA, Enviro Club Secretary N. Aisha Begum from the Department of BCom General, Placement Secretary R. Rama from the Department of BSc Electronic and Communication Science, V. Sita Lakshmi from the Department of BCom General, S. Anjana from the Department of BCom General, Live Wire Secretary Fatima Famina Rafia from the Department of BA English Literature, Amina Zuhaifa from the Department of BCom Corporate Secretaryship.
Now, it's time for the induction of the department secretaries.
The department secretaries accept the full responsibility of their respective departments and assure the utmost participation of students from their departments in all happenings of the college. Introducing the Department Secretary of BA Corporate Economics, Gautami Padmavati. Department Secretary of BA English Literature is Fatima Fahmina Rifaya. The Department Secretary of BA Tourism and Travel Management is Divyashri. The Department Secretary of BSc Mathematics is Gomati. The Department Secretary of BSc Statistics is Rama Devi. The Department Secretary of BSc Microbiology is Ritika. The Department Secretary of BSc Interior Design and Decor is Aisha Safrin. The Department Secretary of BSc Electronics and Communication Science is Aisha. The Department Secretary of BSc Computer Science is Anusha. The Department Secretary of Bachelor of Computer Application is Arshia Afiba. The Department Secretary of BCom General is Arshia Misbah. The Department Secretary of BCom Accounting and Finance is Sai Kirtana. The Department Secretary of BCom Honors is Roshni. The Department Secretary of BCom Information System Management is Nazia Afreen. The Department Secretary of BCom Corporate Secretaryship is Safia. The Department Secretary of Bachelor of Business Administration is Bushra.
I would like to now call upon our Madam Vice Principal, Dr. Mrs. Firdaus Jahan, to say a few words to this virtually gathered audience.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Good morning to one and all. Distinguished Chief Guest, respected Madam Principal, Vice Principal Phone Session, Head of the Department, staff and dear students. Today I am delighted in welcoming the new Majlis members through this online investiture ceremony. The elected Majlis members are unique with their talents and they will be remembered by all the college staff forever. Girls, it is indeed a challenging task to conduct all the events through virtual platform till the college reopens.
back नहीं है फिर तो आवाज ही जाता है
COVID-19 hit us and made us learn new things which is suitable for this new normal. The elected Majlis members have already started functioning. I urge the Majlis members to uphold the values of the college and to discharge their duties honestly and impartially. I wish you all the best. At last, but not the least, I thank Almighty for showering His blessings upon all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your gracious words. Now, I would like to call upon Ms. Fahima Muhammad Umar to deliver the vote of thanks.
I quote, "No one who achieves success does so without the help of others. The wise and the confident acknowledge this help with gratitude." I unquote. Alfred Whitehead. Honorable Chief Guest, Mrs. Shakila Mohammed Yasin, respected Madam Principal, Dr. Mrs. Shahnaz Ahmed, Vice Principal, Dr. Mrs. Firdaus Jahan, heads of the departments, the student Majlis coordinators, the teaching fraternity, my colleagues, the student Majlis secretary and department secretaries, and my dear friends. A very good morning to one and all. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion of the Investiture ceremony. First of all, I thank the Almighty God for having showered His blessings upon all of us. I extend my gratitude to the Honorable Chief Guest, Mrs. Shakila Mohammed Yasin, for taking time out of her busy schedule to be virtually present with us here. The Investiture program was wholesome and complete because of her words, inspiring words. I take this opportunity to thank the management, our principal, Dr. Mrs. Shahnaz Ahmed, and Vice Principal, Dr. Mrs. Firdaus Jahan, for their constant support and encouragement. I would also like to thank our Administrative Officer, Mrs. Matina Fasi, for her vital role in our college activities. I wish to convey our heartfelt thanks to our student Majlis coordinators, without whose efforts, guidance, and support we would not have been able to carry out this Investiture program. I am also very thankful to all the heads of departments and the teaching and non-teaching faculty for their remarkable presence and constant motivation. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a wonderful group of teachers who have always guided us in our endeavors. I would also like to thank Ms. Anis Fatima Faisal, Assistant Professor from the Department of English forenoon session, for helping us to set up this virtual platform for today's program. Last but not the least, I would like to also thank the students of JBAS College for Women. My dear students, we the student Majlis of 2020 to 2021 stand here as your leaders only because you chose to elect us. I am sure I speak on behalf of the student Majlis when I say thank you for putting your faith in us. We will strive to serve you and the college to the best of our capabilities. I once again thank you all for taking the time to be virtually present here for the Investiture ceremony of the student Majlis. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Fahima. As we now near the end of this program, I would like to recall the wise words of a German philosopher, and I quote, "The end of a melody is not its goal, but nonetheless, had the melody not reached its end, it would not have reached its goal either." A parable. I unquote. Similarly, the melody of today's program has ended on a high note, and the end of this program marks the beginning of our student leaders' journey into the year 2020 to 21. On behalf of everyone virtually present here, I wish them all best of luck and abundant success in their newfound journey. I now kindly request everyone to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, everyone. The audience can now leave the meet.